Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Inity, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Pulseman. Alright, let's start. So, Pulseman is, it's quite the game. It was back before GameFreak did, like, Pokemon or anything like that. Actually, I think it's probably after Pokemon, maybe? I don't know what year this game came out. It said on the title, 1994. So no, it was like 2 years before the release of Pokemon. Volteccar, attack and jump, that's fine. And, yeah, it's kind of weird to think that GameFreak does anything other than Pokemon. And it's not even on a Nintendo system. It's on the Sega Genesis, or the Mega Drive, depending where you lived in the world. So it's a Megaman-like game. Actually, I think this game was, like, in Japanese. They didn't even translate it. It's just, yeah, you can still see everything's in Japanese. They didn't translate it, but, like, the game doesn't really need to be translated, so I guess they just didn't. You can get this on the eShop, on the Wii eShop, but you can't get it on the Wii U shop for whatever reason. Anyway, so at the beginning we have a stage select. We have 3 stages: Japan, India, and the US. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with Japan because it goes from easiest to hardest.
Stage 1.
So like I said, it's a Mega Man type game. You got jumping, you got shooting, you got punching, which I guess Mega Man can't do. So you have your jump button, you have your attack button, your punch, or if you press down and attack, then you can also do a kick. There's no up attack, unless you are, if you press up and then attack, then there's up attack. And then there's also what makes Pulseman so special is his Volteccar ability, which is what Voltackle from Pokemon is based off of, is Volteccar. You can even hear this music that's playing right now is actually it's a song from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and they actually remixed it for Diamond and Pearl. But this is like the exact song. It's really funny. So Pulseman can charge himself, I guess, with pulsy ability by either running in a certain direction for a long enough time, or by dashing by pressing one direction on the D-pad twice. And then you see he has like this electrical surge around him. From there, all of your moves get a boost, basically. Your up attack grants a little bit of invincibility. Ground attack, once again, a little invincibility. And then if you punch, you actually send a bolt out, which is nice. I don't even know what he's saying, flight arrow? Lightning arrow? And then also, if you go ahead and press the Volteccar button again, after you're already teched up, you'll turn into this little ball, which will keep going, this little electrical ball, which will keep going until it hits something, or until it doesn't hit something, I should say. Anyway, so it's like rule of thumb in Pulseman, just kind of always keep a Tecker charged. And so it can bounce off of surfaces, and it's pretty neat. And it's actually really interesting that I think they incorporated it pretty nicely. It also grants you invincibility, so that's something important to remember. You also only have 3 hits. If you see the little indicator in the top left, only tells you it's with blue, yellow, and then red. You want to take so many hits before you die, which is important because you'll die a lot, and you do have lives in this game, so it's important to remember that. These are SP balls. If you collect 9 of them, or 10 of them, I guess, then you collect another life, which once again, like I said, is pretty important because getting a game over in this game means you start from the very beginning. Because, I mean, who needs save files, am I right? So, this cat thing is just wrecking my day. Also, you can stop a Volteccar in the middle of its animation by pressing, I think it's any button. Yeah, by pressing any button, you can stop your Volteccar. So in case you're, like, about to fly off into the abyss and you're like, no thanks. And then you can stop yourself from making bad mistakes. Too bad you can't do that in life. Look, even in the background, you can see Sega, GameFreak on the left, and the GameFreak logo on the right over there. One Way. Cafe Alex. This is probably a reference to something, which I don't know. It's so weird, I can't listen to the song without thinking of Diamond and Pearl. I'm recording this right after the Nintendo Direct that they announced Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and so all the Sinnoh fans are pretty salty, including me. No, I was super excited for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon though. I really loved Sun and Moon. It's one of my favorites after Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. And originally, my favorite before Sun and Moon came out, or after Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, of course, was oh, like a heart. And so those hearts you can find will heal you, which is good. Oh, there's even a picture for the Sega Genesis in the background. Completely lost my train of thought. Ooh. Yeah, after Diamond, or after Emerald, my favorite game was Platinum. My favorite Pokemon game was Platinum. Until Sun and Moon came out. And then that took that place. But I still love Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, and I super excited to see those remakes. But we're talking about Pulseman here. So, Japan is pretty simple. Basically all you have to do is just punch. Always keep a charge. Volteccar whenever you can to gain some height. There's secrets everywhere, so be on the lookout for that. So there's two parts to every level. There's the part where you're going into the actual city or whatever, and then there is the part where you can go, you find this thing that says in. I guess you go online or something like that. Once again, this game is in Japanese, so I'm not really completely sure what's going on. But does this look like I'm online, or on a circuit or some type of thing? Because of Light Arrow, that's what he's saying. But because of Pulseman's ability to turn into just a beam of electrical energy. It allows him to enter circuits and things that he wouldn't normally be able to as a, normal human being, as one would imagine. Alright, so remember, just wherever you go, find these SP balls. They're really important because you really need those lives. They do respawn if you die. So I'm at 9 right now, so if we can find one more, that'll be good. But they do respawn every time you die. Also, when you do that little dash, you do have iframes. So you can dash through attacks and through enemies. Like Dark Souls. I love any game that gives you iframes. And there's lots of secrets like this. There's no indicator this is a secret, you just have to know it. And there's a lot like that throughout the game, so just bear in mind. See, this is your indicator right there, actually. That this dude is going for it. Oh, what the? He just despawned and respawned behind me. It's cheap tactics. Despawning and respawning. It's a cheap tactic to make weak sprites stronger. Ah! Alright, so there's a heart down there, which I very much want. An SP ball, so now I have 2 lives, which is good, because I lost one on the first level. So if you come up here, you can drop down here and find a 1-up. So basically, try to collect as many lives as you can. It's not like Mario where you don't need, or the newer Marios I should say, we don't really need lives and they give them out like candy. This game is very sparring with its lives, and getting a game over in this game is one thing you really do not want to do. As like I said, it takes you to the very beginning of the game, just because there's no save data, so it just undoes your whole game. Where am I going? Okay, great. This is fun. We've actually made to the third part of this. Oh gosh, the third part of this level. Thank you, girl. I don't know her name, but she's telling me to be careful. And greatly appreciated, because I just don't know how how to take care of myself, apparently. Don't fall into the spikes. It's a good game design. Actually, that was my fault. That was completely my fault. There is one last thing I can show, but I'm gonna show that later, against my better judgment. So yeah, if you always have a charge, then you can Volteccar in situations where you if there's an enemy flying towards you, you don't have enough time to get away from it. You can just Volteccar away from them. To avoid getting hit. On your dashes and on your Volteccar there are iframes. There are lots of iframes in this game, and that's where you can get kind of broken with it. I'll talk more about that later, but just remember, this game can get very, very broken because of its so many iframes and very exploitable places. But yeah, levels are pretty straightforward for right now. We'll get into more crazy ones when we get to, I don't know, Alaska or something. Alright. So we made it. We are now officially at the first boss. Or the boss of the first level. Ah, okay, and I got hit immediately. Great. So all you have to do is hit this hand a butt ton of times. It has many moves to just ruin your day. And I've already lost a life. Great! This is good. This is good. We're at a good point. So the easiest way to fight this boss is to keep a charge, and then while the hand is flying away, hit it with your charged up punch. The hand has a couple of attacks, including homing on top of you and then slamming down, which if you're in a pit, it's pretty much unavoidable, so, you know, avoid getting into that unavoidable situation. As the hand loses damage, it'll turn from green to yellow to, maybe orange, or I think it just turns red after that. It also has that move where it just punches across the screen, and I'll die again. Great. Also has the move where it just punches across the screen. Just try your best to avoid all of those. The music is bitchin', I must say. I wonder if I mean it had to be Junichi Masuda who made this. The music. It's way too similar to other Pokemon games for it not to be. Okay, and I died. Great. That's a game over. Well, that's good because the first level is not too hard to get to. But now I can show. Oh, credits. Great. So you have lives and you also have credits. The credits, I believe, I want to say, the credits help you from completely restarting the entire game. But if you run out of the credits, then that's completely it. So you do have 2 lines of defense. Yeah, I forgot about the credits. So the credits will just remember your place in the game. Okay, great. But you only have 5 credits, and there's no other way to get more credits, unlike there are you can get lives. So if you do run out of credits, then you're just out of luck. You have to get really good at the game, which is, you know, it's not a too difficult game. The only problem is that well, right now I'm talking, and so oh crap, that was completely on me. Just the talking and the recording and playing and everything really takes away from my concentration. Which I guess this would be a good time to show you. I mean, there's another technique, which is not a technique, not really a technique that you can do in this game. and it kind of plays off the wonky what's it called, iframes I was talking about earlier. I was playing this game and I was like stuck on the first 3 levels, and I was like, man, I really can't beat these. So I asked my friend Darren. I was like, hey, you want to play some levels for me and help me out and see what you can do? And he's like, yeah, sure. And so we were playing around. He was helping me with USA, and he started doing something, and I was like, wait, what are you doing? And he basically discovered this technique. Actually, I haven't watched any other people play this game before, so I'm not sure if it's like a well-known technique. But we call it stuttering. And it basically what you have to do is just Volteccar when you have no charge. And you'll just die immediately. Great. Volteccar when you have no charge. And what that does is this. And there's iframes into it and out of it. And you are completely invincible, and you do damage, and it's just broken. Let's see if I can get the hand to hit me while I attack her. If it doesn't want to, if it wants to, okay, it's just gonna keep doing that. Great. There you go, just like that. So you can see, you either iframe it or you iframe and do damage. And you can just stand here and do that over and over again. So I'm gonna try to not do the stuttering too much, because it's really OP. But if you need to, you know how to do it. So just Volteccar without any charge. So iframes into the animation, out of the animation, and it does damage. And there's because like I said, there's iframes out of the animation. So even the downtime, there is no downtime. Just the exiting animation also grants you invincibility. There's actually just no downside to it. And there we go. That was the final hit. Great job! And we beat the first boss. Which I just tickled him. I meant to punch him. Well, he's dead. Fried his brain.
Due to the efforts of Pulseman, the case was completely solved.
I killed a man who was hacking Japan, apparently. And so now I'm a hero. We did it, guys. We really pulled through on this one. Oh, great, bonus stages. Alright, so sometimes after you finish a stage, you'll get a bonus stage, which you'll get that little power-up right there, which gives you infinite techers. And basically, it's, what's it called, Pong? Not Pong, what's it called? Breaker. And you have a couple of seconds to break all the blocks. Well, you don't have, yeah, you have to break all the blocks. And then there's also SP balls at the top, which if you can get to, there you go. Which if you can get to, you know, SP balls are good. There's also sometimes lives and other things you can get here. And so not all of them will be that easy. The bonus stages get pretty difficult, if you want to get anything good at least. Anyway, we cleared Japan, so next episode we shall do India. And India is interesting. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next episode.